Welcome to this episode of Fearless Aging. And the title of this segment is How Resonance Frequency Therapy is the Key to Slowing Cellular Aging. I think we all would like to slow our cellular aging. And we have an amazing expert guest today. His name is Mark Fox. He's an entrepreneur, a scientist, an engineer, author, a creative thinking consultant, a crop formation researcher, and former space shuttle chief engineer, a hot air balloonist for 35 years, and he actually built and flies his own airplane. So, Mark Fox, so nice to connect with you, and thank you for being here.
But thank you for having me. I appreciate it. This will be fun, like you said.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. Well, first of all, I think so. We're talking about what's called PEMF, which is pulsating electromagnetic fields. So, first, tell people who are not familiar with what that is. Tell us what that is, and then we'll talk about all the advantages and all the benefits it can give you.
Okay, well, I mean, it's a same, like you said, it's a four-letter acronym. It's kind of fancy, but it's what it sounds like. It's electromagnetic fields are pulsing, but it's not voodoo or anything really weird because it's the Earth's heartbeat. The Earth puts it out 24/7. So I like to exchange it though instead of going or explain it instead of going into PEMF is just talk about it at a higher level for a minute. It'll make more sense. Is
Sure.
nothing in the world happens without an energy exchange. So you don't cook food, you don't breathe oxygen, you don't drive your car, you don't cook s'mores on a campfire, you don't fall down, hurt yourself, all those things. So you can transfer energy to your body with electrical current. And a lot of people are familiar, like a TENS unit,
Hmm.
magnetic fields, lights, vibration, or sound. So it could be any of those five. And I just chose pulse electromagnetic fields because it's more convenient. Is you don't have to have wires on you. You can fit it in your pocket. It's therapy on the go. So that's what it is. It's an energy transfer, and we can get into what it does in more detail as far as we understand it. That's what it is. PMF is just one of the many modes that energy can be transferred.
Right. And as we know now from quantum physics, everything in the universe is just pulsating uh, uh, e- uh, energy, right?
Vibrating energy, yes.
Vibrating energy. That's right. So, so with all the things that you've done in your life, so how'd you get involved? I mean, what made you want to get involved with the electromagnetic field devices?
Well, actually, it was my dog. So my dog was sick and couldn't come upstairs one day. This is 27 years ago, and she ended up having severe arthritis in her spine.
Mm.
And so I knew a veterinarian that told me, hey, there's this magic machine that can reverse arthritis. And I'm like, so I was skeptical, of course, because I'm a rocket scientist. I'm like, I don't believe that, but it's my dog, so I'm going to jump into it and learn about it. And I did. I found, more and more and more data on it. And it actually was real. And there's 6,000 published papers in PubMed. It's been around. NASA's been using it since the 70s. And magnetic therapy has been around since Hippocrates. I mean, the first documentation is 3,500 BC. So it's not new stuff, but just it's different for most people. Because the traditional doctor usually not going to know about it, right? Because they're not trained in it. But it's been around for a while, a long time, and Tesla did a lot of work on it and stuff as well. In the United States, unfortunately, what happened was Rockefeller and Carnegie screwed it up because Rockefeller figured out I own all the oil, Standard Oil, and I can make this is true, and I can make drugs out of oil. So then they own the medical landscape at the time and all the university funding. So it's like, hey, if you're not doing surgery or drugs, we're going to pull your funding. And that's why in the United States, electrical therapy got kind of dropped, which is stupid because your body's electrical, chemical, and mechanical, and you can't skip one of those three and solve the problem. So we're behind in some of the world on this, but we're catching up fast. And that's what happened, though, in the United States. Why most people don't know about it is literally Rockefeller and Carnegie.
Yeah, I appreciate you saying that because that's one of our big messages. Big pharma and in the pharmaceutical industry just kind of took over. We have all these natural healing things and beneficial ways to help the body to heal and function better that have been around for centuries and centuries, but they just came in and pushed it aside, right? And
Yes.
because it's all about how much money they can make, not how to actually heal you or make you well. So I'm really glad to hear you say that. Well, I know there's some. Well, I have a first question. You say that these These frequencies that are on these PEMF devices are operated at 100,000 times less than your cell phone. Why is that? And why are cell phones then so have to have such a high frequency that, there's a lot of studies that cell phones can be real dangerous. You don't want to keep them on your body.
Yeah, the reason a cell phone has a super high frequency is so it can serve its purpose, which is to talk to a tower that's a long ways away. So you don't need that. You don't need millions of hertz, gigahertz to transfer therapeutic energy to your body with
Okay.
devices like we have or something that's close to you. So yeah, it's between 1 and 1,000 hertz, and the phone is going to be megahertz, gigahertz. They're going to be millions.
Yeah. Do you subscribe to that that all these cell phones can be harmful to your health? You don't want to keep them on your body.
You know what? I keep a super open mind about that. Couple of weird things is in general, yes, people are against it. There's actually a study that said cell phones were beneficial, and nobody wants to reference that. There's some weird data out there, and I don't want the Libre guys to show up at my door, but the continuous glucose monitors for diabetics, that
Hmm.
Bluetooth connection is increasing blood sugar. So it's fighting what you're trying to do.
Mm.
And so there's a lot of those things out there where you really got to kind of like look at the data. Don't believe what you've been told. What is like my pet peeves in life, Rico, are blood pressure and cholesterol. And I know more than anyone you probably will ever meet in your life on those two. And it's very frustrating about what the industry has done and the lies
Yeah,
have been told and all that
yeah,
stuff.
yeah. No question about it. Well, so let's talk about some of the common therapies and some of the things that that these devices and some that you have developed as well. Uh, and we'll talk about what you have to offer here real quickly. But talk just about some of the things that you've known that it has been really beneficial for.
Yeah, we don't have enough time to go into all of them, but I'll just tell you why I designed the device was I saw what it was doing for PTSD, that it had such a huge success rate, but it
Mm,
was criminal that we have all these suicides and trauma in the
yeah,
world, and these machines are expensive and they're being hidden in clinical environment, being held hostage in clinical environments. So that's the first clinical trial that we did, and we have a 98% success rate. It's the largest PTSD study with PMF in the world.
uh,
So that's number one. Number two, anxiety. I have a new book coming out or came out last Friday called Go Find Joy, because anxiety is the number one ailment in people and pets across the world. Everyone
wow,
has it at some time, whatever. So we do a lot of stuff and research with anxiety, relax and balance, vagus nerve toning, those type of things to just get your body into balance so it can do what it does best, heal itself and operate right.
wow, yeah. Well, also I know it helps to support better circulation and talk about inflammation is a big thing. H- how can reduce inflammation in the body?
Yeah, so we have one specific protocol called general inflammation. It's a very good point you just brought up is 80% of all ailments in the world are inflammation. It's
Hmm.
inflammation of something, right? So
Yeah.
we have 60 protocols plus 70 expansion protocols. But a lot of times we'll just say, here's the basics general inflammation, go there, right? If it's toxicity, run a liver protocol, right? If it's allergy related, run allergy. And it could be food allergies, skin allergies, pollen, those type of things. So we have some core protocols that I use a lot when somebody emails or contacts us and says, "Hey, do you have anything for RSMA?" And I'm like, "I don't know what that is." So I got to go Google it, figure out what that disease is. You can't unsee the picture, so you need a cold drink before you do that, right? But then you're like, "Okay, it's
Yeah.
inflammation of this, or it's toxicity of that." So then you just try those, and we have a big success rate with that. But the frequencies, real quick, are they're not. We get asked all the time, "What's the frequency of it?" It's not. They're between 1 and 1,000 hertz, but they're frequency pairs at the same time. Picture a chord on a guitar, and the protocols are songs. And every protocol is different. PTSD is the most complex one. It's 76 different frequency pairs in 2.5 hours. General inflammation actually is very simple. It's two frequencies the whole time. It's 40 hertz and 116 hertz. It's just that combination reduces inflammation almost across the board.
Wow. Well, talk about some of the. I know I've been on your website. You have many different devices, and you have a pocket device, and so how would one know what device they should choose to help them for what particular ailment that what they're dealing with?
Yeah, the first choice is probably always going to be the Vibe. It's got the 60 protocols on there. It's universal. It's got 70 expansion protocols. As I said, it will cover pretty much everything. The Vega Vibe pendant is like a piece of jewelry for vagus nerve stimulation.
Mm,
I designed this just so it looks cooler and it's
yeah.
easier, right? So, and actually, one of the marketing things I have to battle this week was like, oh, that looks really heavy. This weighs less than an ounce. It just,
Mm,
because it's silver, it looks heavy. But this makes it very simple because this is simple because they're alphabetical. You pick the one you want, you hit play. This one, you don't do anything but turn it on. It's impossible to screw this one up. So those are the things that we have. We've just come out with our own watch, which is really cool because it measures, sleep, fitness, those type of things, but it also measures blood sugar, blood pressure, and heart rate variability all in one watch with an app. So you can see what these devices are doing with real biomarkers of like how much they're actually helping you. So
wow. So the pocket one, you can just keep it in your pocket. Would you just want to keep it in your pocket like all day long, or what?
now you only need to run protocol 3 to 4 times a week minimum, and you
Oh,
just
okay.
run the whole session. So the average session is going to be 40 minutes. The
Oh, great.
longest one, as I said, is PTSD. The shortest one is going to be 30 minutes. So you put it in your pocket or you just wear it with one of the lanyards we give you around your neck.
Okay.
Or a lot of women, even though I told not to, I gave up, they all put it in their bra
Yeah.
because it's easy and convenient for them.
Okay. Well, one more question, and then we'll talk about. I know you have a great ebook gift when they go to your website, and we'll give people how they can connect with you and how they can find your products. But the ones I've been familiar with in the past are these mats. Like the Beamer, which is
Right.
like 5,000 ducks. What do you think about those products? Like those?
They're good. They're good products. They work well. A Beamer is going to be a little simpler on the magnetic sweep that it uses. They don't have complex frequency pairs like we do.
Mhm.
But one of the main reasons I designed it is because people ask me, what's the difference between that and a Beamer? I go, okay, well, it's 152 times smaller. It's one piece instead of 7 pieces. It's affordable. It's how many, well, and you can take it on an airplane. You can drive it in the car. So it's all the portability stuff. The misconception with Beamer mats is that you got to lay on a mat to get full body coverage. You do not.
Oh,
So it resonates with the water in your body. So our devices resonate with the water in your body. It's like a pebble in a pond. The energy's localized, but it spans through the wave of the water. Also, alternating magnetic current is going to make a very, very, very light electrical current. 1 in 10,000 people can actually feel it, but your skin is and your organs are electrically conductive. So it's giving you full body coverage because of the electrical current. And a third thing, which is kind of a new-ish discovery, magnetite, which is what turtles and birds have, we believe they use for migration. It was just discovered 20 years ago that humans have magnetite in their cells as well.
mm,
And so it can transfer that way. So there's 3 different ways: water, electrical conductivity, that you get full body coverage. Now you can't prove all that, but it's interesting as we know it doesn't work as well if you're not hydrated. So that's why
okay.
there's the water rationale. And the magnetic field itself is going to drop off really quick, just like any magnetic field. But you can put it in your pocket and heal a broken foot. So how is the energy getting there? It has to be one of those 3 ways or some other mechanism to give you full body coverage.
Wow, that's so interesting. Well, we're really already over time here, but I just want the last thing is, okay, for someone who, as we mentioned initially, we mentioned it's to help him improve cellular aging. So if someone doesn't have any particular health challenge, but they want to use this device just to improve how well they age, what would you say about that?
Yeah, I think everyone's got some inflammation, so you'd run general inflammation for sure.
Okay.
The best markers to say if these things are helping you is how much sleep you're getting
Mm,
and how much your heart rate variability increases. The other litmus test, which has become real interesting in the last 2 years that we've learned, is especially mental issues like trauma, PTSD, depression, anxiety, is what are your friends and neighbors and your family saying? Are you a better person to hang around? They're inviting you over now. You're not going to get divorced anymore. Your kids want to hang out with you. That is a super litmus test. And honestly, we tell people to try whatever. Like anxiety could be one of 4 protocols: anxiety, relax, and balance, vagus nerve, PTSD. And we tell people to mix and match and try them and see what works best for you.
Yeah, that's so good. Well, Mark, thank you so much for this great information, and thanks for the work that you're doing. I highly recommend you go. Well, I highly recommend you go to his website. You can get his free ebook, and you can go through and see all the great devices they have. And I've been there myself, and they're very reasonably priced to some of the products that are out there on the market. So I highly recommend you check them out. So once again, Mark, thanks so much for being here. I really appreciate you being on.
Hey, thank you so much for having me. I appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, bye bye.